Hello everyone, this is MGamers, developer of Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition Randomizer. I'm going to show you how to install Legendary Edition Randomizer, which I'll call LE2R from here on out. If you've never installed a mod, this guide is going to be great for you. If you've installed mods before, you can probably skip most of this, but I'm going to go through as if you've never modded the game before. Feel free to pause and rewind as necessary. So the first thing you'll need to do is download the mod. On the mod page here, I haven't uploaded it yet because I'm recording this before launch, but you'll download the mod from there. You will also need to download Mod Manager. I will put a link in the description for that as well. Go to the Files tab and click Manual Download. Download and run that executable and extract it to the default location, which will be like Documents. Just don't put it in the game directory. Please, for the love of God, don't put it in the game directory. I put it on my desktop here. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to extract LE2 Randomizer from its 7-zip file. So you can just right click it, and if you have 7-zip installed, you can just extract it. If you have Windows 11, you might be able to open it and extract it, but just make sure you extract it. I'm going to extract to the desktop. So we're going to run Mod Manager first because we're going to install some extra mods before we install the randomizer. But first, it's going to be like, hey, you don't have a backup. Now you're going to want to create a backup by going up to the backup and restore menu up here. And it looks like I already have one linked, so I'm going to unlink it so I can show you how it works. So when you click the drop down, you'll get your game path as well as a link to existing backup. You don't want to use a link to existing backup, you want to use your game path. So we're going to click on our game path here, and then we will click backup, and it will ask what languages we want to use. This will shrink your backup. I use English only, so I'm going to pick English. It's then going to ask us to pick where we want to save our backup. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Again, don't put it in the game directory. I'm just going to make a new folder called ME Backups. ME Backup. To do that, we're going to hit Select Folder, and it will start creating the backup in here. Now you may be asking, why do I need a backup? Well, a backup is used across all of ME3 Tweaks tools, and it makes it very fast to restore, which is something that you will do commonly when modding this game, including Randomizer. You don't like your randomization, you have to uninstall the randomizer. If you don't have a backup, you have to manually delete the DLC folder and then repair the game and hope you got all the files, because if you miss any, your game's probably going to crash. So just take a backup. So we can see here, hey, my backup's complete, so we're going to say close. So now what we're going to do next is we are going to download some mods. I have two mods here. Unofficial LE2 patch. There will be links in the description. You'll click on Mod Manager Download, and then you will click on the download button to actually have it show up. This may take a while if you're not a Nexus Premium subscriber. You can also manually download and drag and drop them onto the interface. If Mod Manager complains that you're not logged in, you can go to the top right here and click on Log in to NexusMods, and it will let you log in. Alright, well, it looks like Unofficial Patch has finished downloading. So on the next page, we're going to want to make sure we click Import and not Install, because we want the mod to be ready to install at a moment's notice, which is something you will be doing often if you need to restore your game for any reason. If you hit Install, you're going to lose the download, and if you need to install the mod again, you have to download the whole thing again. So just hit import and you'll be good. Now this will take a minute to import. The 7Z progress bar is not really accurate, but after about a minute or two, your mod will appear on the top left, which we'll see in just a second. Alright, looks like it's shown up here. Now we're going to download the next mod, Modern Weapon Pack. This is a mod I recommend because it adds extra weapons to the enemy randomizer pool, because ME2's weapon pool is kind of lame. So we'll do the same thing. We'll hit import, it appears here, and now we're ready to start installing these mods. So click on Unofficial LE2 Patch here and go down to the bottom right and click Apply Mod. This will take a minute or two because Unofficial LE2 Patch is pretty big. The Unofficial LE2 Patch is a great mod for this, and it was tested during development with Randomizer, so I know it works. This fixes a lot of problems in LE2. LE2 kind of got shafted on the upgrade to 64-bit Unreal There's a lot of problems like missing audio, decals not working, that sort of thing. So this mod will smooth out a lot of those problems and will just generally, cover up a lot of the bad stuff. Alright, well, LE2 patch is installed, so now we're going to do the same with Modern Weapon Pack. This is one I used during development a lot. It's a lot of fun. Really recommend it. Alright, now we're done with Mod Manager. So we can just hit X, we can close download window, and now we will open LE2 Randomizer. Get to the actual randomizer. So when you open up, you'll get an interface that looks like this. You can see all the options and descriptions and the legend. If you want to restore your game, you can see it down here at Restore Game. The logs button there is how you upload troubleshooting logs if you're having issues. So, and on the bottom left here, we have some presets. I like to use Developer Recommended. It's a good balance of fun and gameplay, so dumb things that make you laugh, but things that are also fun and engaging, like changing weapons. You can change to vowels or uwu. In this case, I'm going to do vowels. I've done uwu a bunch. I like it. It's fun, but let's do vowels this time. Weapon stats here is a really fun one that came along very nicely near the end of development. Class and henchman powers over here is another great one. That one's fun. Suicide mission. Spent a ton of work on. Makes the final boss fight and the final level of the game very satisfying to win. If you think it's pretty easy, try it with this on Insanity. Good luck. But go through and pick what you want. Specific textures is a fun one. You click this little show randomizer labels button here, and it'll show you more labels about everything. The items in red here are runtime randomizers. These are items that can be turned on or off after they've been installed using the option toggler in the bottom right window. But once you've picked all the options you want, you can just go down to the bottom right and click Run Randomizer. And if you've installed the randomization before, it'll ask you if you want to restore. I recommend always doing that. Installing on top of one another doesn't really work very well. So we're going to speed through this. This is probably going to take several minutes, maybe 10, 20 minutes, because it's essentially recompiling the whole game. The blinking part of the interface will show what's currently being worked on. There's a couple of stages, so while it looks like it's getting pretty close to the end, it still has to typically do a full game pass, which can take a while. So we're going to speed through here. This will take probably a couple of minutes, but for the sake of not having to watch a 20-minute video, we are going to skip through this. And it looks like it finished the main game pass. And now it's going to randomize the vowels, take another, 10, 15 seconds. And the randomization is now installed. And now you can just play the game like normal. Or, well, I guess as normal as you can. So I'm just going to go over to here to Mod Manager. I like to run it through Mod Manager because it lets me skip the launcher. So I'm just going to go down here to Start Game and press Start Game. But you can run it through Steam or EA app, however you want. So say you want to uninstall the randomization. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to go to the bottom right here, down to Restore Game. So there's two restore options here. Full will take your backup and mirror it over your game, fully removing everything and completely resetting to vanilla. If you don't know what you're doing, I recommend just doing that and reinstalling your mods from scratch. If you hit quick, it will remove the DLC component and restore the base game files. If you have mods that use merge mods, such as LE2 Unofficial Patch, it will break some components of it, and submods that may just break the whole game. If you don't use this feature, you have to manually delete the DLC component and restore or repair the base game files. If you don't do both of those steps, your game simply will not run. So just use the restore feature and reinstall your mods if needed. I'm going to hit quick here, and that's going to remove the DLC component, restore the files, and now my randomization has been uninstalled. And that's all there is to it. I hope you have a good one with this. If you want to stream it, put it up on Twitch or YouTube, drop me a link. I always love watching people stream Randomizer. It's very fun. Anyways, have a good one everyone, and thank you for watching.